for basic D&D. Hey, you want more monsters? We got more monsters. Stick around. Hi, folks. Old Man Grognard here, and I am going to review the companion piece for the Rules Cyclopedia today, which is the Creature Catalog, put out by TSR twice. And this is the production history. The first Creature Catalog, which is AC9, if you're playing along, was released in 1986. It was 98 pages, and here's what it looked like. This is the original Creature Catalog. This is a British production. It was compiled by Graham Morris, Phil Gallagher, and Jim Bromba. Now, they claim there's over 200 monsters in here, but I think I'm going to have a little issue with that in a minute here. But this is very good. What it's got is original monsters from the TSR UK, but it's also got all the monsters that were in the basic modules up to this point. So it's great. But in 1991, TSR decided to put out a new version, which is DMR2 for their Rules Cyclopedia, because the original one was for, like, I believe the Metzer box sets. But Rules Cyclopedia came out, AD&D came out, so they came out with another monster book for basic D&D called, again, the Creature Catalog. Different spelling, you notice. This one's my favorite edition. Now, this says there's 200 monsters in here. Now, I know they put most of the monsters from here, but look, this one's bigger. Now, I know they put more monsters in here, and they took a few out from here, but they say it's 150. That's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. They're saying 200. They're saying 150. It's got to be somewhere in between, I guess. The 1993 revision, this one, the revision was headed by John Nephew, and the editing was by Julia Martin. Once again, all of the great British stuff and the modules, and this was updated for the monsters from all the modules up to this point, which I believe was all the B series plus. I mean, they did put the because this was part of they now made this part of the Challenger series, and so they put things like the Racaste in there, things like that, which I believe was in the first one. I don't know. Anyway, it's a great book. It's a great companion to the Rules Cyclopedia. I mean, I always say Rules Cyclopedia is the only book I need, my Desert Island book and all that, but I would prefer having the RC and this, because there's a lot of monsters in here. I was thumbing through it doing research for this episode, and I was just going like, wow, I forgot about this one. Wow, I forgot about that one. I should use that. Wow, this is cool. Let me show you a few. Here is one of the pages from the 1993 version, which I'm going to be showing you. I don't have any pages from the other ones because I use this one most often. You'll notice that standard monster stat blocks, 2-column layout, and all the monsters have thecos, unlike the Rules Cyclopedia, which I find rather interesting. Let me show you one of my favorite monsters. That's the Gray Philosopher. Now, the Gray Philosopher isn't really a monster per se, but I would put him in a dungeon as a special, because he does not attack anybody. He sits there. He's like a lich. Basically, it's the spirit of like a high holy man or a priest or a scholar or something who was trying to figure out some great questions of mathematics or the universe and stuff, and never got it before they died, which means they didn't die. They went into an undead state, and they will sit there until they can figure it out. Now, those little things you see flying around its head are their kind of thoughts made real. Those things will attack you. But the Gray Philosopher won't do anything. But these things, and they just start attacking you. You walk into the room and start attacking you. So it's like, it's one of those puzzle monsters going, what's this all about? And so you won't want to drag this out every time. Not every dungeon should have a great philosopher in it, but it's a great thing to keep the players on their toes. Here's some more of them. There's some really beautiful, great artwork, black and white artwork in here. It's all black and white artwork. My Nagpa, gotta love the Nagpa. Oh yeah. If you ever want Skeksis in your world, there they are, Vulturemen. Oh yeah, and they are evil and they throw spells and things like that. They don't really have spells; they have spell-like abilities. But you got everything in there from like low-level monsters to like high stuff. Beautiful, like I said, beautiful artwork. Here's one of the full-page frontispieces, and it's just a book jam-packed with more monsters. There are monsters where the PCs are going to go, what? So that's what you want. I consider this the Fiend Folio of basic D&D. And they also have a vampire, my favorite version of a vampire in there, a Nosferatu vampire. Because all of the other vampires in the other editions seem to be obsessed with draining levels. He doesn't drain levels. He drains blood. In other words, he is going to actively try and kill you. Yeah, you can get away with maybe a couple levels drained and things like that. I mean, eventually you go to level 0, you die. But this way, it's like, no, he's taking hit points. And if you get down to 0 hit points, you may or may not become a vampire at the vampire's discretion. That's cool. Because some people will be vampires and some people are just going to be dead. And I don't believe, I'll have to look it up again. It's been a while since I read it, but I don't believe you can be resurrected. I mean, you know, if you're a vampire or you're dead. I don't believe they can raise you. So that's a problem. But it's like I said, that to me, that's the truest version. The Nosferatu vampire is the truest version of the vampire I've seen in D&D. Now, it also, the original one, here's what I have a problem with the original 86 version. For one, they organize creatures by creature type. You know what I'm talking about. Humanoid, animal-like, low-lifes, plant-based, all this other stuff. That's all well and good. In fact, I read the original review of this in Dragon, and they're saying, oh, that's a great thing. Or no, it's TSR UK. Oh, that's a great thing because these, you know, DMs know what they want and they can just go to their habitat and say, no, it's not. No. I want an A to Z index. If I have to look up something real quick, I'm not going to be picking through the book trying to figure out what type it is. I want to get to the monster, and I want it now. So that's where the 93 version has it over that, because they have an A to Z index in it. And everything's, well, what bothers me is in this one, not only is it like that in the index, it's like that in the book. They have the chapters where they're the different types. This one, it's A to Z, boom, boom, you're done. Now the earlier version also had a creature index in it for all the creatures up to that point, and they had a habitat index for them. Now the 93 one does it one better, because not only do they have a creature index that is an index for whatever module it came out of or the RC. It'll tell you where you can find it, and if it's in the book, it'll give you the page number, of course. But it also has okay, first of all, there's the creature index. You'll see it'll show you where it came from. Great. Even better, it's got an updated wilderness encounter tables. I find this more useful than the RCs. Because even if I'm using this book, I mean, if you're just using the RC book's fine. But I like to use the Creature Catalog, and this is for the 93 version of the Creature Catalog. I may have gotten these backwards. Oh, that's okay. This is the Wilderness Encounter Table. Yes, I got this backwards. This is the Wilderness Encounter Table. This is the index where you can find the creature you want in whatever, if you're looking for it in the module, whatever, or, you know, if it's in the book, and then just go to the thing. But like I said, Wilderness Encounter Table, beautiful. absolutely beautiful. This is the one I use for my games with basic D&D. And that's pretty much it. Go out and find these. Once again, eBay, Amazon, third parties, wherever you can find them. Keep an eye out for them. Creature Catalog, I believe, is, well, I know it's on Drive-Thru RPG and RPG now. I think it's about $10. I don't know if it's POD yet, so keep an eye out for it. If it's print on demand, you're home free. Both of them may be print on demand. I don't know. But that's my recommendation, the Creature Catalog. Great, great monster book for any edition. I mean, you could see stuff in there you haven't seen anywhere else, and then you just convert it over. I mean, I even use it for 5th, if I was running 5th, if I ever deigned to run 5th. But yeah, check it out, people. And if you like it, you want to talk about it, drop me a line, oldmangrognard@gmail.com. So until next time, bye-bye.